In 2026, we're getting rich off
A day in my life as a hair entrepreneur making $10,000 a month.
I made $230,000 last month.
On average, over $100,000 a month.
First 6 figures by 18. By 20, I had already scaled my business to over $500,000.
Almost the entire media depiction of entrepreneurs is totally disconnected from reality. And this is a direct quote from a Forbes article on the common misconceptions about being a business owner and why they aren't true. We are constantly exposed to an endless variety of visual aesthetics. You scroll for a minute and you're hit with
day in my life, day in my life, day in my life.
Lifestyle creators showing and telling us how they spend their day or their mornings. This transcends into entrepreneur spaces as well, from telling us how much they make in a day,
over $100,000,
$100,000 a month or year, to showing us how their business has been able to fund their lifestyle. We come across a lot of contents like this day in, day out, and since our brains are wired to respond positively to aesthetically pleasing content, we tend to indulge and engage in content like this. In fact, studies in the field of neuroaesthetics, which is an interdisciplinary field merging neuroscience, psychology, and art theory to study the biological and neutral mechanisms behind aesthetic experiences, demonstrates that the human brain is biologically wired to find aesthetic pleasure rewarding, treating visually pleasing content similarly to other rewarding stimuli like food or money. Entrepreneurs one-sidedly showing contents like this frequently can be misleading because it is then feeding to the public one end of the spectrum while leaving the other end out, leaving people idolizing and glamorizing this type of content. It goes beyond just feeding into the aesthetics, as people are now convinced that being a business owner or an entrepreneur is living life on easy mode and the money just comes raking in. We do have business owners who will let you see the other end of the spectrum, feeding you into how daunting, stressful, and time-consuming it can be. But compared to the ones who are being one-sided about the situation, it is not as much. According to Miles Jennings, in an article written by Forbes addressing the media display of being a business owner, almost the entire media depiction of entrepreneurs is totally disconnected from reality. They are often portrayed as singular geniuses and underdogs who defy all the odds, break the mold, and change the world. In reality, entrepreneurship is a lot more mundane than that. Most of us aren't larger than life figures. We are pretty regular people who had business ideas and decided to bring those ideas to fruition. Most of an entrepreneur's day is spent doing things like delegating tasks, checking in with clients, prospecting for a new business, and even getting in the trenches with frontline staff when need be. That's what it takes to build a successful business. Not dramatic flashes of insight, but steady work, a willingness to iterate, and a healthy dose of persistence. Simply put, it is not always glamorous as a lot of these business owners make it seem. There are countless of people who have gone into various businesses simply because of these types of content. They thought they would be raking in a lot of money when they started, but is met with a harsh reality. And not to say these entrepreneurs don't make the money or live the lifestyle that they do, but it is more so about showing both sides of the coin.